In vitro fertilization, or IVF, is an incredible journey that helps people become parents. It's like a science experiment that creates life. IVF helps families who dream of having a baby, but face challenges conceiving naturally. IVF is a safe and effective way to build families. It involves collecting eggs from a woman's ovaries and fertilizing them with sperm in a laboratory. This process creates embryos, which are tiny clusters of cells that represent the earliest stage of human life. These precious embryos are then carefully transferred back into the woman's uterus, where they can hopefully implant and grow into a healthy baby. IVF is a complex process, but it offers hope and the joy of parenthood to countless individuals and couples around the world. The first step in the IVF journey is retrieving mature eggs from the woman's ovaries. This is done through a minor surgical procedure called egg retrieval. Don't worry, it sounds scarier than it is. Before the procedure, the woman receives special medications to help her ovaries produce multiple eggs. This increases the chances of successful fertilization. During the egg retrieval, a very thin needle is guided into the ovaries using ultrasound technology. The needle gently collects the eggs, which are then carefully examined and prepared for fertilization in the laboratory. The entire procedure is performed under sedation, so the woman remains comfortable throughout. Once the eggs are collected, they are taken to the lab and placed in a special dish. This dish contains a nutrient-rich solution that mimics the environment of the woman's fallopian tubes, where fertilization naturally occurs. Next, the sperm, which has been carefully washed and prepared, is introduced to the dish containing the eggs. The sperm and egg are left together in the dish, allowing them to interact and hopefully fertilize. If all goes well, the sperm will penetrate the egg, and fertilization occurs. This magical moment marks the creation of a new life, a single-celled zygote, which contains the combined genetic material from both parents. After fertilization, the zygote begins to divide rapidly, creating more and more cells. This process is called cell division, and it's how a single cell develops into a complex human being. As the cells divide, the zygote transforms into an embryo. Over the next few days, the embryo continues to grow and develop in the incubator, a controlled environment that mimics the conditions inside the woman's body. The embryologists, who are scientists specializing in embryo development, closely monitor the embryo's progress, checking for signs of healthy growth and development. This stage is crucial, as it determines the embryo's viability for transfer back into the woman's uterus. Section 5. Finding a home embryo transfer. After a few days of growth in the lab, the healthiest embryo or embryos are selected for transfer. Embryo transfer is a simple and painless procedure that takes place in the doctor's office. During the transfer, a thin catheter, which is a soft, flexible tube, is gently inserted into the woman's uterus through her cervix. The selected embryo or embryos are then carefully released into the uterus, where they can hopefully implant into the uterine lining. After the transfer, the woman is advised to rest for a short period, and then she can resume her normal activities. Now, it's a waiting game to see if the embryo implants and a pregnancy begins. Section 6. A dream realized, pregnancy and birth. After the embryo transfer, the woman will undergo a blood test about 2 weeks later to check if she is pregnant. If the embryo has successfully implanted, the pregnancy test will be positive, and the incredible journey of pregnancy begins. From this point onward, the pregnancy progresses just like any other pregnancy. The embryo continues to grow and develop inside the woman's womb, eventually becoming a fetus. The woman will receive regular prenatal care to monitor her health and the baby's development. Finally, after 9 months of anticipation and excitement, the baby is born, bringing immeasurable joy to the parents who have longed for this moment. Section 7. IVF Families. Stories of hope and joy. IVF has helped millions of families around the world experience the joy of parenthood. From single parents to same-sex couples to couples struggling with infertility, IVF has opened doors that were once closed. These families are a testament to the power of science and the unwavering human spirit. Their stories are filled with hope, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the possibility of creating a family. IVF has not only brought children into the world, but has also strengthened the bonds within families. It has shown us that love knows no boundaries, and that the desire to nurture and care for a child is universal. Section 8. The Future of IVF, Expanding Possibilities. As technology continues to advance, the future of IVF is brighter than ever. Scientists and researchers are constantly working to improve the success rates of IVF and make it more accessible to everyone who needs it. New techniques and innovations are emerging, such as time-lapse imaging, pre-implantation genetic testing, and artificial intelligence, which are revolutionizing the field of reproductive medicine. These advancements are paving the way for more personalized and effective IVF treatments, giving hope to even more individuals and couples dreaming of becoming parents. With each passing day, IVF is breaking down barriers, offering hope and the promise of a family to those who once thought it was impossible. The future of IVF is filled with possibilities, and it holds the key to creating countless more stories of hope, love, and the miracle of life.